Dude, every smoker takes a moment of silence when somebody drops a pipe. Like, it always
I seriously, like, every pipe I've broken just flashed. Like, yeah. And most of the time, you're right. It's in my lap, and I stand up, and I go, oh, no.
You know, do like Sarah McLachlan.
I will remember.
Listen,
you.
everyone out there, all my weed smokers, I just want you to
Will you
make sure you do a lap check before you do anything, before you move, before you stand.
Don't let your Hold on. All right, hold on. I'm emotional.
Hey, take a moment of silence for all the pipes.
Your pipes pass you by. Weep not.
Lap check.
for
Check your lap before you stand, y'all.
the glass and pipes.
We are keeping head shops in business. Every 30 seconds a pipe.
For the cost of 1 cup of coffee a day.
You can donate to the I Broke My Pipe Fund. Ah, fuck, I gotta visit the head shop again. They just saw me. Oh, everything's 20% off. I will remember you. Just flashes of all the times that you've smoked out of that pipe with your friends. One time you dropped it, but it didn't break. You're like, oh. And then it's just like a video of you like holding up the pipe. Like, I'm so glad you didn't break. Anyway, rest in peace. Did it have a name?
No, I didn't care about that.
Oh, okay, good. Oh, we just did too much then.
Then who cares?
I recently broke the pipe, my very first pipe from like 20 years ago, and that was like heart crushing.
Oh,
Like,
this one meant nothing to me. Whew.
no more weed left.
You had a long run with that pipe. It's a long time. Whew.
That was sad.
That was good. That was
Gotta do the lab check
every time.
every time.
I've done it getting out of vehicles.
Oh, that'd be the one.
And then you just gotta, you're like, well,
And then when you hear it,
it's
you be
nature's
like,
now. It belongs to the earth.
and then you hear, and then the stoner in you is like, well, let me get the weed out of this.
I didn't even finish smoking it. Put it in a chill, I guess.
Because you said the stoner, you got a backup piece.
Yeah.
Let me go smoke this in the hitter. I gotta get
my hitter.
He's gone, hitter.
I don't
He
know
won't
if
be
any,
riding with you anymore. He just cracked in the parking lot of Mojo's.
I'm not
Brian
even-
Christopher did it.
And he stole my lighter.
Him and Jared are out there still trying to smoke. I don't know where the fuck they got hitters from.
Oh, it's so sad. It's so sad when that happens. Or, you know, it's more upsetting to me personally. If I break my shit, okay. If I break somebody else's shit, it's, I broke, I think I broke my friend's bong. I was devastated. Yeah, I was devastated. She's like, it's okay. And I'm like, it's not okay. I replaced, maybe I broke like it was like an extension piece. It was like a little bubblier piece. And I'm like, I broke that piece. And then the slide. So I replaced it. I bought 2. I was like, in case I break the next one, here's 2.
Have you ever seen weed like get wet and then
Yeah. after work, what we had a rolling tray out with a bunch of shit on it, and somebody just knocked over like it wasn't just water, it was like some kind of it was a tonic or an alcoholic beverage. It was something, but it was just and then like it was just floating. The weed was just floating in the tray. We're like, ooh.
Oh, I remember at one of my friend Brian's notorious birthday parties. That might have been the one the cops showed up and you had to run through the woods.
Yep.
But he rolled the biggest fucking joint. He had like one of those cones. And he rolled the biggest fucking one. And I was like, let's smoke. And dropped and it fell right into his beer.
Oh.
No.
Oh. A whole quarter in a gravity bong.
Is this Nelly?
Yep. Oh my God. Do you know this story?
Yeah, they were trying to make Santa Claus into a gravity bong and it fell into the tub with the weed, and then they tried to see if they could salvage the weed.
No, that's so much weed.
I think it's
sad.
something like that. Nelly could probably tell it way better.
Someone just came in, like I saw him 2 days in a row, and I'm like, oh, I just saw you. And he's like, yeah, so I had my grinder. Nelly said, yep, that's what happened. He's like, I had my grinder and I had like a bunch of different shit in there, like together, mixed up. And he's like, I brought it to my friend's house because I had this strain that I was so excited to try that was in there. And then like his buddy like dropped it all. And I'm like, oh no. And he was like, it was like a good chunk of my weed. And I'm like, oh no. So he had to come back in. I'm like, did he like give you money? He's like, oh yeah, he gave me $60. So I'm like, oh good. But of course we're out of the weed that he like originally wanted. Yeah. I'm like, that fucking sucks.
I, like, within the last couple weeks, had close to the last little bit of weed that I had in a grinder and dropped it on the carpet.
Oh,
dude,
on
that
carpet, too.
be killer, fam. You be like, can I? Oh, it's gone.
You're just looking at the carpet.
At first, you're
just
like,
like
I can
contemplating.
salvage
Right.
it.
You're like, I could pick off the top.
Yeah. And
You
then
just
the
don't
first,
take the.
the first chunk you pick up with hair, you're like, okay, so
Never mind.
it's fine. I didn't even want to get high.
I'm like, weed. This weed sucked anyway.
I'll try hard drugs instead.
That's how it starts.
I'm not addicted.
That's how you have that conversation in your head when you're like staring at it on the carpet.